In the headlines, one police ban rallies as party supporters clash ahead of Kwankwaso campaign in Kano. Police deploy 17,401 officers in Abuja ahead of 2023 elections. Anti-thuggery commandant warns politicians against arming thugs. And away from Nigeria, Cyclone Freddy heads towards Mozambique after killing 5 in Madagascar. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for joining. And now the details. Thugs and supporters of the New Nigeria People's Party have clashed in Kano, leaving many vehicles vandalized along Naibawa Zaria Road in Kano. Reports say that NNPP supporters were on their way to Kwanadangora on the outskirts of the city to receive the party's presidential candidate Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso on Thursday when they were attacked by hoodlums suspected to be supporters of another party. Kwankwaso is on his way to Kano for the grand finale of his presidential campaign rally. At least 10 vehicles have been attacked while several others were burnt. The attack is coming barely 24 hours after the parties participating in the election and their candidate signed a second peace accord in Abuja. An eyewitness who narrowly escaped the attack, Tasiu Lawal, said that he flew through the trunk of the vehicle he was in. Security agents, including soldiers, police, and men of the Nigeria Civil Defense Corps, have been deployed to the scene. Now, with less than 48 hours to the presidential and National Assembly elections, the Anambra State Police Command has read the riot act to any suspected hoodlum that tries to disrupt the Saturday's election.
Those who think
Cheng Eche stated this in a press briefing at the police command headquarters in Awka, the state capital. The Commissioner of Police also urged residents of Anambra to come on the election day to exercise their franchise and assured of adequate security.
Think that they can disrupt this election, to re-advise themselves. If they come out to do anything, the weight of the law will be fully on them. Our advice is that they should stay off because election is going to hold in Anambra State. Deploy unarmed men, law enforcement agents to man the 5,720 polling units across the state. B, to escort and protect all INEC personnel and ad hoc staff on election duty, which we have commenced today. Escort and protect all sensitive and non-sensitive electoral material as may be required by INEC. Provide robust security, confidence building patrols across the community to ensure or reassure the citizenry and encourage voters to come out and exercise our franchise on election day.
The candidate of the Labour Party Enugu East Senatorial District, Oyibo Chukwu, has been killed barely 48 hours to the election. The candidate was killed at Amechi Akunano local government area of Enugu State while returning from a campaign rally. He was murdered alongside 5 LP supporters who were also burnt down in their vehicle. The governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Chijioke Edioga, confirmed the unfortunate incident, adding that his party members are being targeted for assassination by other political parties who felt threatened by the rise of the Labour Party in the state. The Enugu State Police Command is yet to react to the incident. International Press Institute Nigeria has called on authorities to investigate last Tuesday's night attack on Wish FM and Atlantic TV in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. According to reports, some hoodlums threw dynamite into the broadcast complex housing the radio and television stations, shooting sporadically for almost half an hour without any hindrance. IPI Nigeria President Mosukilu Mojit condemns the attacks and rejects any attempt to muzzle the press, calling on the federal government to immediately fish out the perpetrators of these attacks and prosecute them. to serve as deterrent to others still harboring any plans to attack media houses and journalists. IPI demands that those behind the criminality be identified and prosecuted. 17,401 policemen are deployed to man strategic locations in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, during Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections. FCT Commissioner of Police Sadiq Abubakar said that during the command's show of force with other sister security agencies on Thursday. Noel Sampson reports.
The purpose of the show of force exercise is to reassure residents and will-be voters that security operatives are on ground to endure violence-free elections.
The show of force is to show miscreants, all those who are planning to disrupt the election process, that we are ready. And we are not going to leave any stone unturned until we see that the election is conducted peacefully. We have a total number of about 17,401 officers and men that will participate in the election. And when we are talking of the morale, you can see that. And some of you have also seen when I addressed other officers from the command. This is just a joint task force. We have others from various divisions, from various departments.
The commissioner also reassures FCT residents of the command's determination to provide security coverage during and after elections.
We have divided the Federal Capital Territory into 9 sectors, and that all the suburbs and all those terrains you think that cannot be reached are under these sectors, and we have made arrangement on how to reach all of them. We also have officers from various divisions and area commands who might not come here. All those who are coming here are those who will reinforce what we have already on the ground. We have always given our telephone numbers, and the telephones are always, the numbers are there. You can call 24 hours. That we have been doing even before the election. Even myself, you can reach me at any time, you can reach any of the officers. We have divided the Federal Capital Territory into 9 sectors. And all the sectors are going to be manned by Assistant Commissioners of Police, and that the numbers will be made available. So if you have any query or any explanation, or you want to give us any information, the numbers will be there. The Inspector General of Police and of course heads of other security agencies have made a lot of provision, a very convenient and comfortable arrangement for the welfare of our officers. So I think that will not cause any problem.
The police will restrict movement of people except those on essential duties until after the elections. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Gombe State has taken custody of sensitive election materials from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Speaking to journalists, the resident electoral commissioner in the state, Umar Ibrahim, said the electoral body is ready to conduct free, fair and credible elections.
It's all preparation for the 2022 general elections for the presidential and national assembly elections coming up on the 25th. Here we are at the Central Bank Gombe, distributing and monitoring the distribution of the sensitive materials. The materials have been distributed to the various local government areas, which we have 11 in the state. And when the EOs are here, they move the materials down to their various local governments.
Still on electoral matters, ahead of the Saturday's election, anti-thuggery operatives in Zamfara State hold mock exercise on complementing other security agents in combating political thuggery during the election. Commandant of the committee, Bello Bakasua, warns politicians against arming youths to achieve their selfish political interest. The report.
The committee was constituted by the Zamfara State Government in February 2022 under Executive Order No. 11 to fight political thuggery, drug abuse and other related offences. The Anti-Thuggery Committee will become an agency established by law when Governor Bello Matawalle signs its establishment bill as passed into law by the State House of Assembly. Zamfara State has its share of violent political clashes between supporters of various political parties, often leading to loss of lives and property. Bakiaswa appealed to residents of the state, irrespective of political or religious affiliations, to support the committee to tackle thuggery and drug abuse in the state.
I'm appealing to them to continue supporting this agency to succeed in its assignment to ensure maintenance of law and order in the state. We call for the newly recruited operatives. You should be law-abiding, and you should know that you are maintaining law and order in the society. You should be good citizen of Zamfara State, an ambassador of anti-thuggery at anywhere you find yourself. And also, you should know you are representing the state government in its fights, in its zeal in bringing sustainable security in the state. I want to commend people of the state for their support, well wishes and prayers to the agency. No doubt, the activity of agency has been succeeding at the public activities, armed daring, drug abuse, proliferation of arms, armed robbery, bomb snatching in the state has.
Bello Bakiaswa urged the people to be law-abiding and avoid any acts that are capable of triggering violence before, during and after the conduct of the 2023 general elections. He advised the newly recruited operatives to be good ambassadors of the committee and the Zamfara state government by carrying out their responsibilities according to the dictates of the law.
Still ahead of the Saturday's election, the Interfaith Dialogue for Peace has called on Nigerians and other stakeholders to actively participate in the process to ensure a hitch-free poll. The group, which made the call in Abuja during a news briefing, explained that the key issues such as the current cash crunch, security challenges, among others, could negatively affect the elections if stakeholders do not come together to play their part.
Security forces should step up operations against armed groups and protect Electoral Commission offices countrywide, as well as the polling units and collation centers. An important step toward mitigating electoral violence is to curb the impunity that emboldens perpetrators. The judiciary should speedily punish those behind election violence, while political parties and their supporters should tone down inflammatory rhetorics. The government must ensure a transparent and efficient supply and distribution of petroleum products throughout the country to ease the sufferings of Nigerians. The central bank should boost its supply of the new Naira notes to commercial banks. Anti-corruption agencies should intensify their watch over banks to ensure that they distribute the new notes for public use rather than hold them. Nigerians are reminded to document and report threat or any threats to the elections to the relevant security and elections officials, and to remember that we are Nigerians and Nigeria is the only country we have.
As faith-based leaders, all we are asking for is for electorate to conduct themselves in a manner that will result into producing a credible candidate, a leader that will govern this country, that will turn around events that we have experienced that are bitter. See, as a nation, we are multi-religious. We are a people that we believe in issue of peace. And the holy books have said, blessed are they that make peace, for they will be called children of God.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at how poor communications network affects businesses. Details of this and more after the break.
documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. A look at the top stories again. Police deploy 17,401 officers in Abuja ahead of 2023 elections. Anti-thuggery commandant warns politicians against arming thugs. Now, the federal government has instructed state controllers of correctional centers to reject inmates when they do not have the capacity to accommodate them. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Shuaib Belgore, gave the instruction in Abuja at the decoration ceremony of newly promoted senior officers of the Nigeria Correctional Services. He said custodial centers had witnessed upsurge of inmates in recent years, noting that the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, had kickstarted a stakeholders engagement for the congestion of correctional facilities across the nation. He said the effort had been boosted by building of new facilities in Kano and Karshi in the Federal Capital Territory. The Controller General of the Correctional Service, Haliru Nababa, said 13 senior officers were promoted to the rank of Assistant Controller General of the Corrections and 57 to the rank of Controllers of Corrections. Now, poor communication network coupled with naira scarcity is taking toll on businesses in Nigeria's commercial city of Lagos, with residents lamenting hardship the situation is subjecting them to. Trust TV's Abbas Ibrahim reports that the instructions given by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on use of the old naira notes of 500 and 1,000 naira has not been complied with. The report.
Lagos is vibrant and commercially active, but naira scarcity and network failures have become sources of frustration for the resident. The residents lament the difficulties and hardship they face daily since the policy was introduced. Sunday Ejwa said cashless transactions are failing when the cash are difficult to get.
I make a transfer up till now, since 11 o'clock up till now, and the transfer, but they don't debit me, but the transfer don't go from my phone. But the woman where I want to buy the thing from, didn't receive the alert up till now. I sit down till 11 o'clock, look at the time now, almost to 3 minutes to 3.
Also, Riskat Diolu said her children find it difficult to go to school even though she has money in her bank account, rendering her penniless.
Very, very hard. You have money in bank, you cannot collect it. Our children, some of them, we don't have money to give them to go to school. It's very bad. We are suffering.
Austin Peter, a Keke Napep driver, said his business is declining due to the current situation in the country.
I'm a Keke driver, so we carry a passenger. So now the traffic they are doing, no cash.
Abdulaziz Umar, who sells spices, said he used to sell 5 bags of ginger in a day before, but now hardly sells half of a bag.
Before I'm selling up to 5, 2, 3. Now, look what I said. Inside of 1 bag. Look what is now.
Despite these difficulties, many residents said they will go out and vote on Saturday.
I'm going to vote. From me, I'm ready to go and vote. But okay. I'm begging, make everything change. This Nigeria, as we are going now, very bad.
I have my voter cards. My PVC is my house. And on Saturday, which is 25, I will go out. I want to vote.
For me, I'm not sure because which one your vote no dey like Yanakpaja. How you won't take how you will take, you don't have to take, you go there.
Abbas Ibrahim Alibi, Trust TV, Lagos.
Now, away from Nigeria, authorities in Mozambique are preparing for Cyclone Freddy by building shelters and planning to evacuate residents of high-risk areas. 5 people were killed when the strong cyclone made landfall in nearby Madagascar on Tuesday. It is predicted to get stronger before making landfall in the south. Now, according to officials, the provinces of Sofala and Inhambe, Manica and Gaza are the most vulnerable. The National Risk Management Organization has issued a red alert that enables quick response times. Authorities estimate that up to 1.75 million people could be affected by further rain from the cyclone after already experiencing floods as a result of the country's heavy rains. Officials in Zimbabwe have announced that schools in areas that are likely to be impacted will be closed on Friday. Also, miners have been warned against going underground and against crossing flooded areas. Eastern, southern and central Zimbabwe are predicted to experience severe gusts and heavy rains as a result of the cyclone. Israel has bombed the Gaza Strip after Palestinian fighters launched several rockets from the besieged coastal enclave amid tensions over an Israeli raid that killed at least 11 Palestinians in occupied West Bank city of Nablus. The attacks early on Thursday sent plumes of black smoke rising over one of the targeted locations north of Gaza City. Hours earlier, rockets fired from the Gaza Strip lit up the night sky and triggered sirens in the Israeli cities of Sderot and Ashkelon. There were no immediate reports of casualties. Palestinian witnesses said that they saw at least 8 rockets fired, while the Israeli military put the number of projectiles at 6. The Israeli military said its air defense system intercepted 5 of the rockets, while the 6th fell in an uninhabited area. No Palestinian group has yet claimed responsibility for Thursday's rocket fire. And in sports news, the African Games scheduled to hold in Ghana in August have been postponed until next year after an agreement by the major stakeholders running the multi-sport competition, Ghana's competition. Now, Ghana's efforts to host the 13th edition have been hampered by an ongoing disagreement over marketing rights, which has delayed the completion of the required facilities. In October 2020, President Akufo-Addo announced plans to construct an Olympic-quality stadium at Botiman for the Games. However, those plans were shelved in June 2021, with organizers opting to refurbish the University of Ghana Stadium, with work on the venue now behind schedule. England goalkeeper Jordan Pickford has agreed a new deal with Everton. The 28-year-old was approaching the last 12 months of his contract at Goodison Park and had been linked with a move to Tottenham Hotspur. Pickford joined Everton from Sunderland for £30 million in 2017 and has made 222 appearances for the Merseyside club. The Toffees have won 2 of their 3 games since Dyche replaced Frank Lampard and sit 16th in the table, a point above the relegation places. And that's it for the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.